Patrick, hit us with some stats, won't you?
The Family Man was released on December 22nd, 2000, just in time for the holiday season, as you would expect. Kind of surprising that it would be released so close to Christmas. But, I guess they would want to cash in on the holiday weekend, people going out for Christmas.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It's a big weekend for theaters.
Yeah, it is.
They release like the Harry Potter films around that time, right? Like holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always some blockbuster that comes out.
Yeah, like Lord of the Rings, that whole trilogy was released. That was my buddy has a December birthday, and that was our ongoing tradition for 3 years. There was every year we'd go see the Lord of the Rings, and then it turned into Harry Potter after that. It was funny.
Yeah,
budget of $60 million, which is a lot for this kind of movie. And I don't know, Christmassy family rom-com type of movie, $60 million, but it is put out right around Christmas, and it was Brett Ratner coming off of Rush Hour. Though Brett Ratner had to fight tooth and nail to get this movie. He really chased after this movie. He had no interest in it when it was given to him on the set of Rush Hour, and then he actually read it and he was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! I really want to do this." And then he had to fly out and find the producers, and he's really good at chasing down people.
Oh God,
waiting for that.
God damn it!
But that seriously, he flew out and was like, "I am the man for this," and they were like, "No, you're not. You just made Rush Hour, and you're 25 years old," because he was really young at the time, and they didn't want him to direct. But he eventually convinced them.
Do you understand the words that come out of my mouth? I'm made for this movie.
He's really good at convincing people after wearing them down for a while. So
50 no's and a yes is still a yes. Allegedly.
Made $124.7 million. So it more than doubled the budget. As we've said, Hollywood math, kind of have to triple the budget in order to really turn a profit. But in terms of, I feel like early 2000s, doubling the budget was kind of the threshold at that time.
Yeah.
But as I said, directed by Brett Ratner, who is mostly known for the Rush Hour trilogy, and apparently they're going to make another Rush Hour movie soon. Because we're all asking for one.
I thought they scrapped that a few years ago.
Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, maybe they scrapped it after what happened with Brett Ratner. But
and then they kind of have a bad history of putting people either into the directing chair or in the film that Hollywood doesn't want anything to do with anymore. So maybe they will. I don't know. Maybe who's the new person that
make a Mel Gibson comeback pretty soon. He also directed Red Dragon. I guess what's that part? It's 2 of the Hannibal series.
Supposed to be the prequel.
Is it the prequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's before Silence of the Lambs, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like young Hannibal.
I think his most recent movie was that movie with Eddie Murphy and Ben Stiller, Tower Heist. I think Matthew Broderick was also in
that movie came out years ago.
Yeah, I think that was the last time.
Yeah, but I mean, Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner.
Yeah.
He is, I'm just going to say it, he's a horrible, horrible human being. Despite how family-oriented and lovely this film is. His first real allegation was he was fired from the Academy Awards in 2011 for saying rehearsal is for you can fill in the rest.
Philanthropist.
For philanthropists.
Wow.
That's what he said, and I forget who was hosting. I think it was Eddie Murphy, and they quit at the same time. The entire crew quit after he said that to them. You can fill in the blanks of what he said.
What you're applying.
He had a talent agent accuse him of rape. Then he had 6 sexual assault allegations, including from Olivia Munn and Natasha Henstridge from Species. And he also outed Ellen, now Elliot Page, in front of a bunch of onlookers, including Anna Paquin. et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's a laundry list of terrible
Turns out
things.
he's a piece of shit.
So thankfully, Brett Ratner is not really working these days. I haven't seen anything new, even like rumored to be coming out from him in a long time. So maybe there's some justice. I don't know. It was written by David Diamond and David Weissman, who have worked together a lot. They worked on Evolution, that David Duchovny movie. Old Dogs, what was that? Robin Williams? Who was in that movie? Was it Travolta? I feel like it was one of those movies that like everybody talked about, and I had to watch it because everybody was
Robin
talking
Williams.
about it.
I was confusing it with Wild Hogs.
I was going to say, like, they came out around the same time,
that's
right?
right.
Those two
That's
films. And they're essentially the same movie.
And then I think their best known movie is When in Rome, which was pretty popular.
Shit.
We also talked about that on another episode. I forget which, but it was shot by Dante Spinotti, who has 2 Oscar nominations for L.A. Confidential and The Insider, and won a BAFTA for Last of the Mohicans. Bafflingly, though, he got no nominations for Heat. He shot Heat, which is unbelievably well shot. I think that's one of the most beautifully shot action movies I've ever seen. And no nominations for that. But
that's crazy, because just that firefight in the street.
Yeah.
That is like one of the best shot action sequences I've ever seen in my life.
It's still like studied. I mean, that is the go-to.
Pinnacle.
Yeah. But no, fickle bunch over there at the award shows. Also shot Beaches, that Gary Marshall movie, and he's worked with Michael Mann a bunch. So he did Heat and Public Enemies, a few others, and then recently shot the Ant-Man and the Wasp. I don't know if he's filming the sequel, the third movie or not.
Quantumania.
Quantumania, yeah. I don't think he is, but it's an interesting grouping of films there. Heat, Last of the Mohicans, Public Enemies, which was really kind of jarring. I don't know if you saw that one because it was shot in such a high frame rate. It just looked off.
Was that the one with Johnny Depp?
Yeah, where he plays Dillinger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, wasn't a great movie. No, in a lot of different ways. It was one of Michael Mann's like few kind of stumbles. It was like one of the only movies I didn't really like from Michael Mann. Edited by Mark Helfrich, who also edited Rambo: First Blood Part 2, which has also come up a few times on this. Also edited the original Predator film, The Last Boy Scout, which I don't know if you've seen that, the Bruce Willis, Damon Wayans movie, which is kind of a forgotten action movie that was really great, I thought, back in the day.
Yeah.
Kind of a pre-Michael Bay style movie. Mm-hmm. Also edited Showgirls. And of course, the entire Rush Hour trilogy for Brett Ratner. And Season of the Witch. Nick Cage.
Oh, cool. So we'll see him again.
We will see him again. And more recently, he did the 2 Jumanji movies. Was it Jumanji in the Jungle?
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. What was the second one? Back into the Jungle?
Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. Okay.
I don't remember the second one.
I don't remember the second one either.
Maybe it was just Jumanji and then Welcome to the Jungle. No, that's not right.
No, it was like Jumanji, the next level.
Next level or something?
Next level, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's based on a video game this time around.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I cannot wear this anymore. It is 1,000 degrees.
Take it off, baby.
Sorry to ruin the illusion, but it is August where while we're recording this. So hot. Nigel's got a freaking sunburn.
Yeah. It makes me look like Jolly Red Santa.
Yeah, you do.
I just want you to know, Patrick, I could eat a peach for hours.
It's because his face is pink. You're going to eat his peach?
I don't get the reference. I mean, I get the reference. I don't get the joke, though.
Oh, because he's getting naked?
Oh, okay.
All right.
Edit that out. Cut that.
And then, of course, the music was done by legendary Oingo Boingo singer / songwriter, 4-time Oscar nominee, and Tim Burton's go-to composer, the legendary Danny Elfman. Has done damn near every Tim Burton film going back to his debut with Pee-wee's Big Adventure, which I think was the first film that he ever scored. He was pretty unknown. I mean, it was in Oingo Boingo.
Yeah.
It was like,
but even they were kind of like a
they were kind of a
underground band.
one-hit wonder, right?
Yeah, they weren't really well known.
Yeah. And then he did, of course, Batman 1 and 2. He dropped out after Schumacher took over. Did Edward Scissorhands, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which Danny Elfman did like the score, and Tim Burton, I believe, did the lyrics for it.
And he played Jack Skellington.
Yeah, he voiced Jack Skellington.
And then outside of Tim Burton, he also did the music for Midnight Run, which is one of my favorites. The guy, same writer as the guy who directed Trapped in Paradise. Never directed again.
Yeah, I remember we mentioned that.
Scrooged, that amazing Bill Murray Christmas movie. Oh, that movie's so amazing. The first Mission Impossible, the Men in Black trilogy, every single one of them. Good Will Hunting. It's a crazy range on all of his. The Raimi Spider-Man, the first two, which are obviously, or in my opinion, the really great ones. The third one kind of dropped the ball a little bit, dropped the sand all over the place. And then more recently, he did Age of Ultron, and then he did the Multiverse of Madness, and did the Justice League movie as well. On the rating side of things, Rotten Tomatoes gave this a 53%.
Ouch.
Wow.
Which is harsh, I feel like. But we'll get into it when we start talking about it and we get to our ratings, but I don't feel like we felt quite as low on it.
That's surprising.
Yeah. 5.5 out of 10 and 130 reviews. So, I mean, 130 reviews is not a small sample size, so apparently we're missing something. Audience score, though, 67%, which I feel is a little closer. Metacritic was 42%. As we said, Metacritic was just all over the map as far as how they rate scores based on how famous somebody is and all that junk. It's kind of hard to even figure out. IMDb 6.8 out of 10, so very similar to the audience score. And then the cinema score was a B+, which is also not great. Maybe it's because it is a really long movie. I mean, for being a Christmas movie, this movie is 125 minutes long. It is the third longest film that we've done so far out of our 30 films that we've done on this show. That's great.
That doesn't feel like it. But.
Yeah.
It flows well, I think, but you could have trimmed
some
maybe
points for me, but overall did not feel as long as like Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Yeah, Prisoners of the Ghostland was
like 90
mercifully like 90 something,
but it felt like 7 days. I felt like I was watching The Ring.
I feel like I'm still living Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Did you know that movie was going to keep coming up? Did you?
Do you?